YouTube, what is up with y'all? This is Nail Goodfella Nail here today. Just adjusting my screen. Make sure I got enough light coming in and stuff like that. You know, this is my top 10 pickups of 2015. And I don't just want to get it like misconstrued or anything like, oh, it just got to be shoes that's released in 2015. That has to be like in the top 10 or whatever. I was definitely contemplating on this, whether to do a top 5, top 7, or top 10. So probably should have damn near did a top 15 because I could definitely got a few honorable mentions, but it's all good though. Jumping into the first one, that is the Legend Blue 4. This was definitely a classic shoe that came out this year. I was definitely feeling this one real hard. Actually a little bit more than the Oreo joint, and this right here, like the whiteness, it was just like very clean. It was like walking with like Tic Tacs on your feet or something. Especially like in the sun, when you wear this joint in the sun, flames. Like it's just too damn bright to see damn near and all that. But I like it though. And of course, I do now. I actually think about it. I actually do probably want to like cop the Oreo 4s as well. A lot of people also say that was a good Jordan that released this year. But I think this is parallel with that. Only reason why too many people probably not all over this shoe like the Oreo. Number one, this is white, and white is harder to keep clean. And then in due time, when this start getting old, the rubber piece that actually start like laminating and discoloration and start turning yellow. But of course, with the Oreo one, you don't have to really too much worry about that. So yeah, if I did have an Oreo one, it probably wouldn't even be too much of my top 5, but it'd definitely be top 10. Probably number 9, like right after this, like, or number 8. But this joint is definitely fire. And if you a fan of Jay's, and you know they was hyping the whole remaster series, this is definitely one of them ones that you actually had to get to see the difference, feel the difference, and see why the price increase was definitely worth it, I guess. I don't too much care for the price increase neither, but if they make better materials, I guess, you know, you really can't too much complain. But what was I just about to say? With the Jordan 4 Oreo, you know, I was just, but the Legend Blue, most definitely. It was like more of a collegiate kind of like style, and I like that. So like with the white and blue, remind me of the North Carolina days, especially with the nice baby blue on the back and all that. But yeah, that's what I was about to say. The leather, like with the, as far as like the remastered, like the Shatterback boards, and all that stuff. Like this was like the general release. You know what I'm saying? Like that was actually good quality and everything. So the Oreo 4s and these, a lot of people, like I say, mention the Oreo 4s first and forget these, but I think these parallel with that as far as quality go. But I feel y'all where y'all coming from if y'all don't want to have a white shoe to take care of. I'm not the biggest white shoe fan, but I actually seen the Oreos sitting and I just passed up on them at the time. I was just like, man, ain't no point even trying to get it because it's pointless. Especially since I already got an Air Flight 89, so in that exact same color. Next one up is my Aqua, as I like to call them, my Aqua Reebok ventilators. This is definitely a shoe that people needed this year. I've been hip to the ventilators for like the past 2 years or so, but I actually pulled the trigger on this. Ventilators, it's not really a hard buy unless it's like a limited collaboration or limited release. Of course, like with other stuff, it's going to be hard to get. Like, for example, the Kendrick Lamar joints. Like, he used this model, but obviously a whole different colorway. But yeah, this is definitely a comfortable shoe. Got this from Finish Line for like 30 bucks. Definitely a steal and all that. And then when I first got these, they had like black laces in them. But instead, I took the black laces out and put the sky blue joints in to give it way more of a aqua paradise kind of like feel. And yeah, definitely flames and fire. I still turn heads with this simply just because of this colorway. You know what I'm saying? To me, I think the colorway make a lot of shoes, you know. And that's one of them. So that was my number 9. This is my number 8. Now I just picked these up. Quite sure you already know that. Picked these joints up in December. Definitely fire. Man, one of the things I do like about this joint is that even though it does have an all white midsole down here. I thought it was gonna be hard to clean. Actually, it's real easy to clean. The only thing you need is like a damp rag or a sponge or something like that and some water, and you're good to go. And even the weave up here is not even bad. I was kind of contemplating getting these because of the weave, because I had seen these in store one time and I was just like kind of turned off by them. But on the internet, they look great. They also got other colors like navy blue and the olive joints. Those look cool too. I would also like to get a few more of these in different colors, whether it's the weave ones like the blue or the olive green, or even the other one where it's like filling. I know in my other video when I reviewed these, I was calling these like, the other ones is leather or something like that. The other ones are not leather. My bad on that. But it's more like I guess like a plasticky kind of like mold, but it's definitely something like you could wear it in the rain and stuff like that. I would spray a little repellent on there just a little bit, but just to kind of protect the white. But I definitely, you could definitely just rock these, you know, anywhere. Best believe you might want to go a half size to a full size down, because these do look like boats on your feet. You definitely got a lot of room up there, man. So this was like my number 8. It was nice for Christmas, and I plan on picking up more new stuff from Adidas because they definitely had it popping this year. Number 7 is the Nike Trainer Max 91. This is a simple Bo Jackson classic. This is like probably my second favorite colorway. My first favorite colorway of this shoe is the gray, yellow, and white joint. Definitely a fire kick. This is also a fire kick too, and nothing to take away from that. Now I definitely know I can go 9.5 in these for a nice snug fit, preferably. And yeah, man. No logo on the tongue. It's just straight up raw. We'll get the logos on the side. Of course, I did a review on this. I did a review on like all these kicks really, so you can check them on my channel. But yeah, polyurethane joint, and this is just like this is just one of them classics from the '90s that you just can't go without. Like, people will only want this shoe until they see it on foot. You know, somebody else wearing it with a certain kind of fit. Now this is the 2014 retro or the 2015 retro or the recent one, and but the OG one and the retro before this one actually I think has a red check, a red swoosh instead of a this 3M like check. So the only good thing about this is it works like 3M. So like, I guess if you take a picture or something, or it's like a reflective or something like that, but you know, I still like it though. I think that's why a lot of people passed on that shoe, because it was definitely a lot in stock. My number 6 goes to my Adidas ZX Flux. These joints are crazy. You gotta be like, man, like I keep telling y'all, like this right here, even though Adidas coming up, even some of their retros is still fire. Like, come on, man. The Adidas ZX Flux, if you're looking for some nice runners or whatever that you can still stun in and walk like a normal human being in instead of walking like a duck, you know, if you know, when you get new basketball shoes and you trying to break them in, you kind of walking like, if you don't walk like a regular person, man, if you kind of like conscious about getting creases on the toe box. With this though, I actually went a half size down so I can get a nice snug fit, so it won't be like crazy creases all through the like shoe or whatever. So, you know, don't get these and then get them like 2 sizes too big and you hit a crease, you know, and then you bend your foot. Of course it'll be a crease because it's too big. But that's why I preferably use the snug fit method, and the snug fit method does work with these kicks. Looking at these, it kind of reminds me of a suede nubuck football or something like that sometime. But I usually call these my Rudolphs when I got the red string in, the red lace. And because if this was a limited like collaboration, I could see what I could do with this. Like if I had my hands on this, I would definitely keep it like this and make like a kind of like a New Year's or a Christmas colorway, or Elf or Rudolph kind of like colorway or whatever. And this brown reminds me of like reindeer, like seriously, like elk. You know what I'm saying? And this is not like that little cheap stuff. It's like you can actually, you know, rub your finger across it and it'll like change. So yeah. You know, I always think of a nose being right here, like a red nose, and you know, the eyes and the ears or something like that. I wouldn't Jeremy Scott this shoe though, but still, that's just me being imaginative. And of course, this is a little reflective piece on the Adidas ZX700, my bad. And I think this shoe came out in the early '90s or late '80s or something like that. This is not nothing new, but it's definitely a shoe. Like if you get the right color, you got a flame shoe of this. But not too many colors look too bad on this shoe, and everybody's not after this shoe. It's like, you know, it's very affordable. Now, if they come out with a limited release, then of course everybody gonna be all over it. Just like how everybody wasn't over the ventilators until like really like Kendrick Lamar came out with his collaboration or whatever. But still, people still not even on the regular GRs. It's just like a bunch of them. So GR ventilators. So. Oh, and the laces that did come with this shoe is actually the brown color. To me, it was a little too matchy, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I didn't want to keep matching and stuff, so I either used the red lace or the sky blue lace that y'all seen in the Reebok ventilators. I preferably switched to the blue ones, the blue lace, you know, like in the summertime maybe, just to like cool it off. Next is number 5, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. The AirTake Challenge 3. Last year, I was all over the AirTake Challenge 2. It's only right that I come back with part 3, man. Definitely a fire shoe. I feel like a lot of people are sleeping on this joint. Of course, until a few YouTube influencers probably, you know, posted a little something on this. But still, I'm surprised they even picked up on it. But this shoe, I think, is still available on Finish Line. This is one of the shoes that dropped so quick in price. Like it was $120, all of a sudden it dropped to $60. Like you thought it flopped like hard for the way it dropped so quick. It didn't even inch down like $90, $80 or nothing like that. Like usually most shoes do at that price range. I like these, and I like the lime green joints. And of course, remember this is the A, and an A right here, like Andre Agassi. Same thing like how they did the Jordan 6 with the 23, and these came out around that time as well. Anyway, kind of like that 91, 92 kind of like time. So yeah, so you know, then he had the Air Max bubble. So you know, while Jordan was running stuff on the court, Andre Agassi was running things on the tennis court. And I did a review on this, and I got on foot. I'm happy they done this retro right. I've seen a few people up in arms about the hybrid one, or the one they did completely wrong, like in the late 2000s or something like that. I didn't too much know how it's supposed to look, so I kind of like those too. But I do like this one. After making the comparisons, I do like this one better. So kudos to Nike on that one. Definitely a fire shoe. And like I said, I want the lime green ones too, but it is what it is. They also came out with the Christmas sweater ones that look like that as well. So number 4 is the Nike Air Huarache Flight. Nike Air Flight Huarache. This is the basketball version of the Huarache. I just put these both up here because at first I was just gonna have like each colorway at different numbers, but this one would have been up a little bit higher, but it definitely still would have been in my top 10 for this year. And this one would have been up way closer, definitely like in the top 5 or something. So I like, if you just wondering, I like this one more than I like this one. But this one is clean though, nevertheless. And of course, I like all my shoes, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want you to think like, oh, he don't want this one no more. So I like both of them. When I seen this one, like this one I just seen in the store and just bought it, you know, so I didn't even know. It was just a color I was just planning on getting in general. But this one I've been premeditated, you know, since 2012 I wanted this shoe. And it came out with that ugly free run, the thing that looked like teeth at the bottom. And then it also has like the square flexible grooves in the middle and stuff. I don't really too much care for that. And these joints right here is definitely a kick I wanted. Chris Webber, Fab Five, this is where all this come from. Scottie Pippen also wore these in the early 90s at the All-Star game. Definitely fire. It was probably that time when Jordan was wearing the Aqua 8s when Scottie Pippen wore these. And, you know, a lot of people don't even know that. This is an OG colorway as well, if I'm not mistaken. So this color kind of remind me of Shaq when his Orlando Magic days. And I mean, that black and blue is just crazy. And then this color right here is just like a throwback Charlotte Hornets from the 90s, kind of like, to me, you know, if I play for that team, I'll probably wear this. Sacramento Kings, back, you know, with the, you know, in the early 2000s, definitely a flame kick. These are both Sacramento King colorways, to be honest with you. You could wear this or this, like, but the Air Huarache Flight is definitely a fire shoe. And before I put this in the box, Tinker did come up with this technology, like, based off the whole when he was skiing, and the way the ski actually fit to his foot, like the little rubber piece that go on your foot when you go and ski. That's how he modeled it after the Huarache, which explains why I got the neoprene inside and everything. So that's definitely a nice little fact to know. So, yep, that's my number 4. Next up is Saucony, or some of y'all people like to call it Saucony. This joint right here is crazy. Yo, like, these, like, it just make me want ice cream every time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't really say too much more. Now, I already told y'all I don't really too much care for the Saucony Dirty Snow kicks. I like these a lot more. This is heat right here to me. A lot of other people probably might like the mint chocolates or whatever, but I think they really knocked out the park with this. Like a pink suede nubuck, you know, just that soft joint. I don't want to get the pink dirty, because it's like, it's definitely like, it'll make the shoe look terrible. It'll ruin the shoe to me personally. But I wear these with caution. And, you know, I haven't worn these in a minute, but I've been kind of craving to wear these. But it's kind of hard to match these with a fit pink, red, and you know, a little bit of like beige, yellow, and stuff. And they knocked it out the park with the packaging. I mean, even the box make you want to just like put it in the freezer. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is definitely something different. This is something you don't get too much from every like shoe. That's why I like limited releases and stuff. You know, when they actually do it up. And this is one of the ones that they did it up on. I'm so happy that I copped this. And then when you look at the inside, it got the ice cream all on the cone. Another guy was actually drooling over these joints when I had worn them, man. Number 2 is the Huaraches. The Huarache Low, as I like to call it, but these are just the regular Nike Air Huaraches. I definitely want to get more colorways of this shoe. This is a classic that came out in like 91, 92. This was actually, to me, like one of the shoes of the year as well, but I always been wanted these. I want these since 2012 as well, but I'm happy now I know which sizing to go on this. If you got a slim foot, I say go a half size up. If you got a wide foot, go a whole size up, because, man, you'll be surprised when you get these shoes. You can, at one point, you can actually Nike ID these joints. So yeah, definitely for the Scream Green Nike Huarache, I definitely want a lot more of these, so definitely expect to see more pickups. And my last pickup is the Jordan 7. I'm about to call it the Jordan 7 Huarache, but basically that's what it is anyway. It's basically like a Huarache, and this is my last one. My last of the countdown. It wasn't no fireworks. It wasn't none of that. I wish I could have got my Bordeaux 7s this year, but that'd have been neck and neck with this joint. But it is what it is, though, man. I like both of those shoes a lot. So now that I got this joint, I've been wearing this since 2012, 2011, really. And man, it's like, forget trying to buy that pack and all that, and people trying to rip you off and all that stuff, man. I wasn't going for all that. So this is my number 1, man, and the quality on this is good. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's decent to me. This is the only shoe I actually paid resale for. That's how bad I actually wanted it. So yeah, rate, comment, and subscribe if you want. This is Nail Goodfella Nail, and of course, I know y'all seen the Hair 7 before, but yeah, man, this is definitely my number 1 kick of 2015. No hype beasting, no nothing, man. It's just that joint. Follow me on Twitter at Nail Goodfella if you want. Stay tuned. Peace.